Hey guys, it's Andy. How you doing? Hope you're just ready to fuck shit up this Tuesday. Just blowing loads all over the week. Let's go. Men and women just blow loads everywhere. But this isn't about coming. I don't want to talk about coming, the right beginning of the show. Actually, I kind of did, but whatever. This new song, I have a new song. It's a world premiere of another song off our new record, Wash, Rinse, Repeat, that comes out in April. It's coming up in 1 month, under a month. Shit. That's crazy to me. That another record under our belt. But this song's called Grow Old. Eric Krasno produced it. I wrote it with him and my homegirl, Danielle Katzer. I love this tune. It really, it's a different side of me that I don't really show as much because, as I got older through this quarantine, I'm getting more, more in tune with my feelings instead of just suppressing it with fucking booze and shit. So I wrote this song called Grow Old, and it's about just nourishing love and not giving up on it right when the going gets tough. So, Chris, play the trumpets, baby, or the flutes. This is a world premiere of my band, Andy Frasco and the UN, and the song is called Grow Old. Hope you enjoy it.
Every day can feel the same, but I know I'm starting to change. So many ways to kill the pain. Maybe this time I won't run away. I took it slow to find what I want, but when it's good and you know it, you gotta hold on. Let our love grow old. Let our love grow old. When the fire starts to fade, when our hairs are turning gray, let our love grow old. Let our love grow old. Maybe your pants don't fit the same, I'm gonna love you anyway. Lock my doors, wouldn't let you in. Maybe I was ashamed of the man I've been. Here I am with a few more breaks. I'm just trying to dance with a little more grace. Let our love grow old. Let our love grow old. When the fire starts to fade, when our hairs are turning gray, let our love grow old. Let our love grow old. Maybe your pants don't fit the same, I'm gonna love you anyway. Let our love grow old. Let our love grow old. When the fire starts to fade, when our hairs are turning gray, let our love grow old. Let our love grow old. Maybe your pants don't fit the same, I'm gonna love you anyway. Let our love grow old. When the fire starts to fade, let our love grow old. Maybe your pants don't fit the same. Let our love grow old.
you right now.
Ho!
Andy wasted all his energy looking at socks online today for half an hour.
And we're back. Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast. I'm Andy Frasco. This is Nick Gerlach. And here we are, the day before I leave for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico!
The rich port.
The rich port?
That's what it means, right? In Spanish?
I have no idea.
Puerto, I don't know what Rico means, actually.
How you doing, Nick?
I'm fine. I'm doing great. I'm doing fine.
You having a good day?
Been making fun of you for like the last 25 minutes.
I know.
I have to get it out so I don't do it on the podcast.
That's good. You and Todd just Todd Glass is ripping me this morning.
Well, you deserve it.
Some days.
Sometimes you just try to have a conversation with Andy. He's looking at socks online. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Or Laker jerseys.
Yeah, like, come on, man. And then you have a tattoo about being president or whatever. we were talking earlier about everybody's like the dumbest tattoo they have.
Yeah.
And Bo's was a sublime tattoo. And yours is one. It's like, what's it from? A quote from what?
It's just like a quote from like some emo band. Like Be Here Now or
you don't know the name of the
waste
band?
the moment. I forgot what it says.
You LA kids. Don't waste the moment.
What's it
75 and sunny every day.
Shut the fuck up.
Your whole
I
life
got this
is a
in
moment.
Tulsa.
Well, you're still from LA. Oh,
Breathe, it'll all work out.
God.
This too shall pass. Hard times come.
Ooh,
Hard
come.
times go.
Okay, I like that. It says come.
We got G-Love on the show.
I got sauce.
Yeah, I'm stoked. This is a good interview. That's why I want to make this short and sweet because it's a long interview and I don't want to cut it. Because he's fucking smart.
Why are you getting mad at me? What did I do here?
Nothing. What are you going to do for 2 weeks without me?
Got sauce. I don't know. I'm kind of pissed.
Why?
I don't like when you go on vacations.
Why?
Get to work.
I mean, I work every goddamn
Your whole
day.
life is a vacation.
My whole life is not a vacation. It is hard work. I run 4 different businesses.
Okay,
I run an Airbnb thing.
Boss bitch
that
over
takes
here.
a lot of work.
Yep. You have a pyramid scheme. A dance party.
A dance party. Fuck you, Nick. I do the dance party. That doesn't take a lot of work.
You're a very hard worker.
Then the podcast takes all my work.
And
all my
Motivational
time.
Monday. You got to motivate people every Monday.
I got to motivate people every Monday. Then I got to drink.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
I know.
It's fine that you're going on vacation. 2 weeks is a long time.
I know. I'm regretting going for 2 weeks.
Especially after just going to Phoenix with all your dude friends.
I know.
And then you're going on a vacation with more dude friends. This is a lot of dude I don't know. I don't like all dude outings.
I don't know what to do anymore when you date someone. Like, you can't flirt with girls anymore.
Okay.
So you got to go hang out with dudes.
You can. I know that's one of the worst things about being in a relationship is you have to hang out with dudes.
Because if you hang out with a bunch of girls, and then someone's going to get jealous.
I guess it depends. What if they're just your buddies?
I love it. I have girlfriends.
Me too. I have tons.
Yeah, I like them more than my dude friends sometimes.
We went over that. They're way better.
Yeah, they're just more sensitive. I could talk to them
funnier,
about some shit.
Actually.
They are funnier.
It's weird that there's way more men.
And they're dirtier. Women are dirty. Like
it's a different kind of dirty, I think.
When I was in high school, did you guys ever have like the girls and the boys ever do pranks on each other? No, like at their houses or like egg their house or TP their house.
Oh yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just fun shit. Fork their thing. Like the dudes would do like just like normal shit, like put a bunch of plastic forks on their or like TP
or like murder their dad
or murder their dad. Yeah. These girls were shitting in bags and putting it on my parents' doorstep and shit.
Fuck! What did you do to them?
No, they thought they thought it was funny. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's so funny.
I thought it was kind of gross, but I also thought respect.
Gross. Respect.
Yeah.
I mean, little to no effort to shit in a bag.
Shit in a bag is an easier cleanup than
you're
TP and fucking eggs. Like,
I never actually vandalized anyone's home growing up. I thought it was dumb.
I thought egging was fucked up. Like my
really
neighbor
stupid.
egged my house.
Your neighbor did it?
My neighbor who
Seen
lives
the
right
crime.
next to me, he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, kinda. Sounds
he's
like it.
always an asshole. Like, turn your fucking party down. I'm like, it's 7 p.m., bro.
Oh,
It's
this
children.
guy?
Yeah, this guy right here who lives right next to me.
He egged your house?
Yeah, he egged the back of my house. What? Yeah, you didn't know this? No. Yeah.
Hold the fucking... What? How do you... First of all, How do you know it was him?
Because he throws cigarette butts into my backyard.
Okay.
And I know the exact cigarette because I don't smoke those fucking SF, those bullshits.
I don't know what he smokes, but okay.
And then
all cigarettes are bullshit.
He was like, well, he also like there's drama on the street from the old owners had to put a restraining order on him.
You did?
I know the old owners
here
had to put a restraining order on that dude.
On your neighbor that's crazy.
On the neighbor that's crazy because
this guy is like a running thing with this.
It's a running thing.
How old is he?
I don't put up with it. He's 45.
I mean, he must do well. Like it's weird when a crazy person can also do well enough to afford a house in this neighborhood.
Maybe he's lived here for 30 years.
Still.
Yeah.
Why is he get mad because you have the parties?
Yeah, but I don't have that many. No, he gets mad because I Airbnb it and probably like everyone's like goes outside. But like, get over yourself.
Well, I mean, don't live in a fucking city.
The neighbor is changing. The neighborhood is changing.
Also, move to the fucking suburbs then if you want to be able to
We're in the
bitch about
city. Like, shut the fuck up.
Like, is there an HOA
Let me
here?
live. No, it's a private. They can't do shit.
There's no HOA in this
No.
neighborhood? I hate HOAs.
Well, yeah, that's why I left Kansas City because
I don't even rent and I don't even own and I hate HOAs. They're just piss me off.
yeah, they're just annoying. HOAs, like, what do they really fucking do?
Nothing.
It's just a fucking scam.
It's another pyramid scheme.
It's another pyramid scheme.
It's a pyramid scheme. We're all just going to be selling merch. So my theory is that like everyone in 20 years, the only way people are going to make money is there's going to be some people that work in the gulags making the t-shirts, but
Yeah.
we're all just going to have our own website and our own brand, and we're all just going to be selling merch. And
Isn't
that's how
that
everybody
what
makes
we're
money.
doing now?
But it's going to be even worse. It's not going to be just entertainers. It's going to be like everybody. You know?
Remember when like networks, like it'd be like there's only a certain amount of shows you could watch. You know, there's only like 20 shows on TV.
Yeah.
Before now, everyone has their channel. Everyone,
I mean,
it's crazy.
YouTube,
Everyone has their
Facebook,
own. Yeah.
TikTok.
You don't need.
TikTok's way bigger than CBS. Way bigger.
That's what I talked to G-Love about. He's setting up all these NFTs and he's really excited about it.
Yeah.
And he says they're doing.
What's he making NFTs of?
He's like he did an NFT tour poster, which I thought was really creative.
Cool.
He's doing some NFT for music, like
What about,
his
like,
actual
ticket stubs?
music. He's doing NFTs for like characters. Like he started with characters and he's just like building on the idea. And he talks about in the interview. It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot about that stuff lately.
I think that's the future too.
Oh yeah, of course it is. I mean, your house deed is probably going to be an NFT. It's much more secure than the current version.
Oh,
of
my house deed.
I think everything like that because it's the decentralization of it on the blockchain. The security is way better than.
How
any
are
other
central banking going to allow that?
They're not. They're going to buy into it and just kind of make money off it too.
Yeah.
They'll find it out, and the government will probably regulate it a little bit, probably too much, and then it'll probably make it not as good as it was going to be, but it'll still be better than what we have now.
Yeah. Oh, we were watching the South Park post-COVID movie.
Yeah, I watched that. It's funny.
Where that guy's always pitching NFT. Butters is now an NFT, and it's like he's the villain.
Yeah,
because he's like always like manipulating people to buy NFTs.
I really believe in all that technology and stuff. My only thing with like NFTs and crypto is like some of the people I trust the least in my life are the ones pumping it the most.
Well, they're just the first ones to jump on it.
I know. That's why I'm not saying that the actual thing is bad. I'm just saying some of the people pushing it are bad. It's like, okay, dude, you're ruining the brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but G-Love's doing it, and it's like a different.
Not everyone that's doing it. And
in the beginning, it was like
him
that.
and like Brownie, they're doing it in a different way. They're actually trying to create art and like make something out of it for themselves and like actually have like a thing. I'm talking about the people who are just like flipping NFTs to make money.
Oh yeah,
and flipping Bitcoin.
Yeah, my homies, or Jeremy Sulkin.
Yeah,
he had to buy big gigantic dot whatever, and someone already bought it, and he had to buy it off somebody, like the username.
Oh, and the Ethereum blockchain or whatever. That's awesome.
We didn't have to do that, right? No one bought Andy. No one gives a fuck.
No.
We bought it for like $10.
Yeah, that's
Andy
usually,
Frasco.
They reserve that for more like famous celebrities.
We got Nick still here. I don't know what Nick.
$18,000.
Nick said he prepared a motivational speech. He wants
We'll see about
redemption.
that. He's been here for
redemption.
3 weeks with his shirt off the whole time.
Hey, Nick, come over here.
We're getting loose today,
Let's see
baby.
we got a star guest. Nick MacDaniels is still at the Frasco house. What's
we don't
up, dog?
record these.
Or we leave. Nick, before Nick goes back to North Carolina. I think he wants redemption.
All right,
He
I'll
said,
switch
I'm not leaving Denver unless I get redemption for a motivational speech. So Nick,
hold on.
I'm going to put on the Eye of the Tiger music, even though it's copyrighted. We'll just change it later. So you could get in the fucking mood. I need you in the mood. Sit down, Nick.
I'm in the mood. I'm ready. Let's go. Okay. All right, I'm turning off the music because I'm not letting you control the situation. These dudes put me on the spot last time, making me give some sort of ridiculous motivational speech, and now I'm ready.
All right.
All right, America. So, sometimes when you fuck up, you got to learn from your mistakes. And, I bombed my speech last week, but here I am getting my redemption. So, life is an art form. And, what is art? It's is something too much, too little, or just right? And that's how we should live our lives. And, it's in everything we do. It's in how we treat each other, how we talk to each other, how we treat ourselves, how we dress, how we eat.
Wow.
How we go about our day. Okay. And, we just got to embrace that mentality of being an artist with our lives. And that's what I got for you. So here we go.
Fucking mic drop, baby. Let's go. Unbelievable.
Here's why I disagree. I'm just kidding.
Nick, thank you for coming to Colorado. Nick, thank you for...
It's a fun loose one.
No, what a fun loose one.
Let's play more Celebrity Net Worth. We don't have to record it. I just want to play.
Okay. Guys, I love you.
We should do Repsy, though. We didn't do the Repsy ad.
If I don't make it out of Puerto Rico, Nick is now the co-host of Andy Frasco's World
Repsy ad, bro.
Yeah.
It'll be me and Nick. Double Nicks.
All right. I'll go. You want to do a Repsy ad?
Yeah.
Nick, one last one. Come on. This is a redemption tour. This is the whole...
Redemption tour.
Let's talk about Repsy for a second.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
They're just this great little company. You don't have a booking agent. You need a gig. You got a special talent. Hit up Repsy. They will book you a gig. And if you already have a booking agent, it costs you nothing. Let's go.
Let's go. And also, let's go, Nick.
Hello.
Let's go. And what about the gangbang on this, Nick? What about the other side of it? If you're not in a band, who else can sign up for Repsy?
Comedians, magicians,
no,
self-help speakers.
The other side.
Oh yeah. What do you mean?
Like venues.
Oh, venues. Yeah.
All right.
We can do a little business to business too. You know what I mean?
Let the venue sign up to Repsy.com.
Commercial integration.
Too. Wedding planners, sign up for Repsy.com.
You can vertically integrate.
Sign up to Repsy.com.
Synergy.
Bo, you need, as a tour manager, he's
Synergy.
Just now he just tour manages for everybody now, so he can sign up for Repsy.com.
Yeah. He's probably gonna be looking for any kind of gig he can get now that he doesn't care about you anymore.
All right, we're out of here. Enjoy G Love. I'm going on a 2-week vacation.
Must be nice to have fucking options in your life, Bo. I'm not jealous.
Maybe I'll do a podcast from Puerto Rico, but we do have an interview.
People are going to be mad if I'm not on the podcast.
Well, they better get with it because 2 weeks left. All right,
they're going to hate it.
I'm going on vacation.
They're not going to like it.
All right, I'm out of here.
They're just not going to like it.
I'm leaving my own fucking house. Get out of here.
They're not going to like it that much. It's going to be not as good.
I'm out. Okay.
Not even looking at the camera. I'm looking out the window.
Puerto Rico, here I come.
The rich port.
Enjoy G-Lo. All right, there we go. Wow. My man shows up early.
Early bird special.
Early bird special. G-Love and Andy Frasco.
No, so I'm coming over in the Uber, and of course I'm running late, and so I'm like, I'm supposed to be here at 9, and I say, yo, Andy, I'm sorry, I'm running late. I'm in the Uber though, but I'll be there at 9:15. He goes, what, you're an hour away? I was like, no, I'm 9 minutes away. He's like, it's 8 o'clock. My phone never reset, man. What the fuck? That's never happened. I could have been sleeping right now.
Oh my God. Is it hard for you to sleep in?
It is right now. We have like a 2 under 2. Oh. So yeah, but no, I used to, I could actually, it's funny. We got back on the tour bus now, and man, I fell right back into sleeping in late. I don't know about you, but I love my little bunky boo.
Yeah.
And I'll stay in the bunk. I try and stay in as long as I can.
Yeah.
Sometimes up to 12 hours.
Really?
Yeah, man. We got to rest the vocals, man.
I know. I feel it. Are you still like getting out there and like going late nights and having late night parties or late night bars? You just like don't even have time for that.
I mean, I was just thinking about it this morning. It's so lame. Like, yeah, I don't do any of that anymore, really.
Yeah. It's got to be hard, man. Because, like,
It would be fun, but I mean, no, I mean, like I was thinking about this morning because I used to spend so much time, like, well, not time, but like, when I was single and only had one kid, I was just much more about like every chance I got going to New York City or Miami or LA or Chicago. And, if I had a couple of days off and no kids, just go party for a couple of days and really, get after it. And I was just thinking this morning, I was like, wow, man. And my wife and I too, we used to party all the time. And I was like, man, we don't do shit. We're happy, man.
Yeah. Do you feel more content? Do you feel like you're not chasing anything?
Yeah, I do. I was never very good at like clubbing anyhow. I'd kind of always just be like, why isn't anybody talking with me? Or how did all these people talk so much? I feel like I don't have anything to say, but I was like, oh yeah, that's Adderall and cocaine, man. But cocaine, like it would just kind of make me not talk too much anyhow. So,
yeah.
Or I would really get going.
Oh yeah. What was that? You remember a time where you were really getting going?
Well, you just like talk. Well, we're gonna do brunch tomorrow, right? So be at what 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this plan. We're talking about all these cocaine plans.
Yeah,
whatever we're gonna make a record. We're gonna make a record. We're gonna do a brunch. Okay. After that, we're gonna go. We got to get some exercise. Like whatever. We got to start this business. We're doing it all tomorrow. Hey, yeah, man.
Oh man, Cocaine Dreams. That should be the name of our duet album.
Yeah, man. Cocaine Dreams, baby.
I love it. How's the tour been? You feel good being back in the bus? You feel like you're finally back into your normal routine, or has it been a weird adjustment since quarantine?
It's funny how easy it's been to like. I think the hardest thing for me was actually like leaving. The time for me and Kelsey and the kids, like the time just leading up to tour.
Right.
And, that was kind of really emotional for me, like, because I've been with, like I said, we had 2 kids under 2, and I have a 5-year-old. So the COVID thing was awesome in a way. I got to be with my family and watch my kids every day. Yeah. Which us musicians don't really get to have that a lot. So it really kind of made me reassess like my life to the point where I'm just like, well, I don't want to leave my family anymore. Yeah. Like this is bringing me so much joy, and just to be here for my kids. So I was like, I don't want to go on tour. Yeah. I mean, I've been touring nonstop for, over 25 years. I'm like, I don't want to tour. So that was the hardest thing, was actually just like leading up. And then finally, the day came, a lot of tears, get on, go to the airport, fly, get on the bus. Okay, boom, game on.
And now we're back.
Now we're back. It's like, okay.
It's always hard the first couple days to adjust into this other life that we have, because we basically live 2 lives.
Yeah.
And like, that's how I am too. I'm like, I'm pulling like fuck, I don't want to do these shows, or like, but right when you get in there, oh yeah, this is what I was born to do.
Yeah, because it's like, I always think about it, like you literally, like when you're backstage, whatever, and that's why a lot of musicians get really weird right before the hit. Yeah, it's because it's like you're throwing yourself off a cliff in a way. Yeah, and you're like, or you're diving, into this abyss, or you're about to shoot off in a rocket, whatever it is, you're taking off, and like you're throwing yourself into this situation, which is being on stage, and then it's like, whoa, but you have to fully go there. It's like dropping in on a huge wave or something. Right. You have to fully commit, and you go there. You know what I mean? So it's like, it takes a lot, right, to like jump off the ledge. Yeah. Sometimes it takes more than others.
You talk about that ledge. Let's talk about that ledge with like forcing yourself to have fucking 3 kids.
That's just biology, man. That just happened. Whoops. It's like Britney Spears. Whoops, I did it again. Yeah, but that's just biology. I mean, that's my wife and I. I mean, we're not good at planning. Like and we even fuck it up with our dogs. Like we have these mini Australian Labradoodles. So my wife's crazy. So when we had our first kid, Lewis was like, 3 months old, and she comes home with a puppy. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you have a baby, so now you want a puppy to take care of? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then so then of course COVID hit, and then she got Blueberry who's our stud. And then she decided she's going to do a side hustle breeding these Labradoodles. And so she comes home with Buttercup, another puppy. And I'm like, who the fuck has 3 dogs? We have 2 kids under 2. And then the dogs, you know, they're not neutered or fixed, so they're to breed. So that's what they do. They're fucking. It's like a fucking doggy porno. And they're fucking, I mean, it's disgusting. Like these dogs, like they've tied for like 2 weeks straight. And, you know, actually the last puppy just went out the door.
Yeah.
Like the day before I left.
Oh my God. Did you make some dough on it?
She did.
Yeah. You're not seeing that money.
No, we're in Boston yesterday and walking around before she drove me to the airport, and she's like, I got to go to Chanel. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go to Chanel. I got the babies, you know. She's like, these sandals are super in right now, and she's trying on these Chanel, like they're like look like, you know, what are those hippie sandals?
Oh yeah.
The Birkenstocks.
They're like they have Chanel Birkenstocks.
Well, they kind of look like that, kind of, or like Teva Birkenstocks, but they're like $1,500. She's like, I'm getting these. I was like, what? You're gonna buy $1,500 flip flops? Like, I seen what you do to your shoes. Like, and then of course I felt bad. But if you ever go shopping with your wife or your girlfriend or your partner or whatever, it's like they always like to ask you about it in front of the salesperson.
Oh.
These are $1,500, honey. What do you think? Well, I think you're fucking crazy, but I'm not going to say that in front of a salesperson. You're trying to embarrass me. You know, like, you know, everybody goes through this shit. So don't go shopping with your better half. You know what I mean?
What? God, that's insane. Is there pressure for you to make a lot of money?
Yeah. I mean, I think I put a lot of pressure on myself. You know, yeah, I mean, I think so. Like, you know, you want to have it's so, which is so ironic to me because like the whole start of like making music for me as like a kid was I don't want to have a job.
Yeah.
I don't want money. I don't need money. Yeah. I'm just going to have rice and beans, mac and cheese and cans of tuna fish with raw onion, ramen noodles, and playing my guitar. Yeah. And that's all I wanted to do. And then so quickly, you know, you start grinding over the years, and then you see some people, you know, that were basically just right next to you in this like rat race of a music industry, and they're just like, you know, like Dave Matthews or something, just like they used to all of a sudden you see like a guy who's like, you know, just use Dave Matthews, an amazing guy. Like one day he's next to you in catering, and you know you're opening up for him at the Horde tour. The next, you know, 5 years pass by, and you reconnect, and he's, you know, flying home on a private jet after the show, and he's like a billionaire. Yeah, you're like, well, I'm doing pretty good, but like, god damn, like there's. Yeah, so then you get in that thing like, well, so-and-so's selling this many tickets. And,
it's a rat race,
you know,
dude.
It is. And especially now with the social media and stuff, it's like, you know, every day you look at your feed and you're like, oh, shit, you know, like I don't even know Billy Strings really, but, you know, like, wow, this kid's fucking blowing up. He must be making so much loot, like, or just whoever. Exactly. But, you know, again, it's not about the money. It's not about the music. It's about the fucking money.
There he is. There's our Philly boy. There's our Philly boy.
No, it's not about the money, though. It is about the music, and, you know, you can't necessarily, like, you know, my thing is like, all right, John Lee Hooker, and I always use Justin Timberlake as an example. They're both amazing artists, right? Yeah. Justin Timberlake sold a shit ton more records and made a shit ton more money than John Lee Hooker. But are you going to tell me that Justin Timberlake's a greater artist than John Lee Hooker?
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? So,
well, it's like kind of like
money's just like it's a funny thing because right, the more you have, the more you want. You're never going to find happiness and satisfaction in the quest for money. And actually, Snoop Dogg, like. He had it on his Instagram the other day or something like, you know, like even though he's always like doing all this shit, he's making money like every day. But he's like, yo, I never show up to anything I'm doing for any other reason than having fun. I'm doing it because it's fun, and he puts everything into it. Yeah. And he makes a shit ton of money. Yeah. So that's the way you have to approach it.
Well, I'll clap to that. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Come on. But you know, it's like you say, like it is true, but it also like fuels us to have work ethic. You know, we could talk about like, yeah, it's all about having fun music, but like a little bit of like seeing other people like get successful kind of fuels me to keep popping.
True.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
It's got to be, and especially like I think about young G. You're talking about like just playing the music. Now you're seeing older G, and you're at Chanel store.
Well, no, I've been going to Chanel store for a while, bro. I mean, actually, I was talking to Kelsey, my wife, yesterday. I said, damn, if I would have, it's kind of a risky thing to bring up, but I was like, if I would have, I wish I had all that fucking Chanel shit I bought and all this bags and shit and jewelry I bought for like my ex-girlfriends, those fuckers. Like, I wish I could just give it to my wife. You know what I mean? Like, what a waste of fucking money, man.
I know. Oh, it's so funny. I mean, it's like we got to survive, and especially as our tastes grow. It's like I never thought I thought I'd be living in a van my whole life.
You got a fucking sweet ass condo in fucking Denver.
I got a pad.
You did it, man.
I did it. I'll clap to myself. Let's go. Let's go. We're driving. We're working. We're running this train. Let's go, dude. I want to. Let's talk about like kind of like. I want to talk about the relationship you built with your fans through doing these parties that you did all these cool parties during the quarantine.
The soul barbecues.
The soul barbecues. Tell me, like, why did you decide to do that? Was Pincus saying, "What are you doing?" Or did he? I totally agree with it. Like, give us. Pincus is your age, if people don't know. And he's a handful, and so you don't have to say it. I'll say it. clap. Let's clap the Pincus. Making that money for G. Let's go. Get back in the office. Get back in the office. What did you learn about your fans and how much they love you?
Well, I mean, on a serious note, like when COVID hit, like, our whole industry was pretty much the first to shut down and the last to open up. So, and again, coming back to your point about like pressure to make money, my wife's pregnant. We just have a baby. We have a 5-year-old. We live in fucking Cape Cod. Like, we're fucking rich. Yeah. Okay. Like, even if we're not as rich as Dave Matthews or something, we're fucking rich.
Yeah, you're making dough.
We work, but I mean, but I say that jokingly, but at the same time, it's like, there's, everybody, there's pressure to make money, right? You have to provide for your family so that you can continue to shop at Whole Foods. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Buy that organic banana, baby.
But seriously. So like, that was just like, look, COVID hit and it was like fucking survival mode. And it was like, what can we do? Well, I started doing the live streams, and then we said, well, and I do try to, give back to the community. So doing live streams, giving half the dough to the local crews at venues that we play all around the country. So we were able to raise some money for local crews. So that was good. And then, someone asked us to do a show. Can you do an in-person show? And we're like, oh my God, like thinking back on this, it's also, the whole pandemic is awful silly in a lot of ways, how paranoid everybody was. Yeah. But, we can debate about that another time. But the long story short is we're like, oh, should we do it? Okay, yeah. We went over to these nice people's house and played a graduation party for the immediate family, like 8 family members. Wow. And I was like, well, okay, we can do this. Yeah. So then we started doing it. And there was no input from, management or agency or anything like that, because everybody was checked out and everybody was just trying to like survive and like figure it out. So we started playing backyard parties. It was amazing. Like, our fans wanted to party. We did it, safely and like by whatever state regulations, how many people could gather outside, social distance, blah, blah, blah. And we just started showing up at people's backyards.
I fucking love it.
Bose put me on the artist program, and they
gave you the PA and stuff?
Yeah, well, first I got one for artist price, and then they gave me the upgrade one for free, and then we did like a piece with them on the World Wide Web, and we jammed it. So we probably did 50 parties, and we're still doing like, give
Let's
it to
go.
me.
Yeah, I gotta give it to you. Gee, we making lemonade like your record, dude.
Bro, we jump in the back. We bought a pre-owned, certified pre-owned 2019 Suburban.
Hell yeah.
That fit the PA, our piece of luggage, 4 acoustic guitars, 2 boxes of merch, and all our family, fucking dogs.
You brought the whole family.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We did the West Coast, we did the East Coast twice, Florida, and then Mississippi. We made a record, like the parties funded making a Christmas record, funded making my new record, Philadelphia, Mississippi, which is coming out in June.
I can't wait for that.
And so it was our lifeline. So again, and we were talking before we started up with the cameos. You know, we did this thing right before COVID hit.
Yeah. It was like right when, like 3 weeks into COVID.
Okay. And yeah, so we did a podcast the first time.
Oh yeah, right before. Yeah, yeah.
And then you told me about Cameo, and then so you I use your referral code.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then I referred Michael Franti, Keller Williams, not the real estate guy. and I think Devin Allman, Robert Randolph, Citizen Cope, who didn't really end up doing too many.
I bet he got hundreds of them.
They would have got so paid. But yeah, and actually right now I'm doing all my cameos for this 10 days are going to support the relief for the people of Ukraine.
That's great, man.
So, yeah.
Did you guys grow up with that crew? Randolph, like all those guys, did you guys like grow together?
Well, Cope, no. Long story
Citizen
short,
Cope
no.
too,
like,
no?
but actually, yes, but I didn't know it. But Cope's first, like, kind of real show, because I don't know if you know about, but Cope was a DJ for this band called Basshead, which was a DC area-based alternative hip hop group that came out probably 91.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Disposable Heroes of Hypocrisy, Michael Franti's hip hop act was around. So he was DJ with that. So he had tour like open for the Beastie Boys on their whole European tour. But then he came back and did the Cope thing, which he supported with ticket scalping, like scalping Redskins and Washington Wizards games and stuff like that. You guys talk to him.
He supported it by just selling tickets?
Yeah. Like he's got a crazy story.
Yeah, you got to hook me up with him.
But long story short is that his first show as Cope was opening up for G Love and Jasper and the Prodigal Sons at the 930 Club in DC. I don't even remember. Yeah, because I was just a kid. So anyhow, then we reconnected on the Rombello, or connected on the Rombello cruise. We the cruise is a great. Our cabins were next door to each other, so we ended up hanging out a lot that week, and we really became good friends. So we've been tight. And then Robert and I have been. We just started. I met Robert backstage when North Mississippi All-Stars were opening for Panic at Jazz Fest one year. And Robert was a little standoffish, but I think he quickly realized that like I was like a party guy. And so he started hitting me up and we'd go out in New York and stuff like that. So we would just go party for like a couple years before we ever played like one lick together. Yeah. And then he saw me on the side of the stage at the Langerado Festival in Florida in front of this huge crowd. He's like, "Yo, come out here." So if you're a musician and you don't want to go on stage, don't stand on the side of Robert's stage.
That's how I am too. I love that though. He's so open to like just like bring the circus in here. That's amazing. So like you were telling me about you're on the previous podcast, we were talking about your life growing up in like Philly and stuff and whatnot. What's the difference? What was the difference between living in Philly and living in Boston?
Oh yeah, like white people.
Yeah. Oh, I bet, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Philadelphia is like a really integrated city, and it was really cool. I grew up downtown. I grew up in a nice neighborhood. In Philly, you'd say like if you walk one direction for too long, you might end up where you might not want to be. Yeah. And that goes for everybody. You know what I mean? And so it was like really neighborhoods. Yeah. Black neighborhood, Puerto Rican neighborhood, Irish neighborhood, Italian neighborhood, Polish neighborhood. Gay neighborhood. Yeah. Everything was all these neighborhoods, and I moved to Boston and. I was like, whoa, this is segregated. Yeah. Cause like, it was just all white people. And and then it seemed to me like the more ethnic communities, the Black community, the Latino communities, they were kind of like really pushed out of the city center, and you wouldn't really see. Yeah, whatever. Long story short, I felt like it was not a very integrated city.
Yeah.
And you know, I had a kind of a problem with that, and I really felt like the rhythm of the city was weird to me. And I also had this thing. I said it must have gone back to colonial times. It's so fucking cold in Boston that people walk down the street. Well, they wouldn't have time to talk to each other because they're too cold. Yeah. You know, so hey, you know what I mean? And they're very polite. Like you'd be passing a joint, and my rapping partner was this kid named Jasper from Augusta, Georgia. And he was a Rasta. He was a rapper, like a really powerful guy, but he was also a really funny guy. And we always, because he's from the South and I'm from Philly, we always thought it was fun. We'd smoke a joint, people, and then you'd hand a joint to someone, they go, I'm all set. We're like, what are you talking about? What does that mean? Like, take this joint.
Yeah.
Like,
What happened with Jasper?
We signed with Epic Records. He was on my record. He had an amazing band, Jasper and the Prodigal Sons. And they made an amazing record called Everything is Everything. And
Were they on Epic too?
they got signed to Geffen.
Oh,
so they
fuck.
got a real...
They got the big boy
Yeah,
label.
Wendy Goldberg, who signed The Roots, Snow, that rapper, and a ton of... I mean, she's a huge A&R person. She signed Jasper. They got into it. The story was that... Because Jasper was a very religious guy, and I guess they got into it over the album art. Jasper wanted this painting that was... had a lot of religious connotations.
Right.
And she said, famously, I thought I was dealing with a cool black artist, not a religious freak. At which point, like, their relationship kind of ended. And unfortunately for him, he got dropped. Now, you know, we're both in this music business, and this is a tough thing to kind of get kicked out of or walk away from.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, if you've ever seen people try to get back to, like, real life.
Yeah.
And it's a real struggle. It's like a real thing. Like, you know, for anybody, even if you're a roadie or you're a, you know, guitar tech or you're a road manager, I mean, this is a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
And once you leave it, I think a lot of people have tough time getting back to like real life or like a real career. And I think that was always a struggle for him.
Did he pass away, or is he?
No, he's
still around.
No, he's in Augusta, and he's doing more like a comedy kind of musical performance. But yeah, we kind of drifted apart. I mean, we're still brother. We talk, but
was it hard at first?
yeah,
Like,
no,
when he left. And,
no, it was.
What was it like?
Well, it wasn't like he left. It was just like he lost his deal, and then he went broke, and I was give him money, loan him money, or kind of, because to me he was like the second coming of Bob Marley. Like if you take the time and go back and pull that record up on YouTube, I mean his lyrics and his writing, and he's one of the greatest songwriters I've worked with, and one of the most original songwriters. So,
it must have been hard to lose your. Were you writing songs with him? Or?
Well, yeah, and we continued to. He's on a lot of, like, we wrote a lot of my songs: Peace, Love, Happiness, Thanks and Praise, Parasite, This Ain't Living from the first record. And there's a lot of material that we've collaborated on.
Yeah,
and a lot of strong material. And like, but yeah, I mean, you know, I was flowing them to keep them going, and you know, my parents my team was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And you know. Whatever, it just went on for a long time, and it was just, it was.
Do you feel like it was like he was appreciative of it, or no?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he was, but you know, I mean, you know, he you know, I love him, and I love his music, and I always want the best for him, and eventually, as a friend, I had to kind of walk away, because we're talking about, like, you know, 15 years later, and now, like, I have a family, and there's nothing I can't do anything. Like, I can't do anything. Like, you know, you're in the music business. Like, even if someone comes to me right now, like an old friend, they're like, you know, help me put this record out. What the fuck can I do? No one buys my records. Like, what do you think I can do? Like,
yeah, you're right.
You have to, like, go play shows. Like, there's no, like,
there's no hand-me-outs.
And there's no, like, rocket success like there was in the 90s, where you could have a great song and a great record, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
With that, let's talk about that. So, like, the philosophy of, like, developing a band in the 90s has changed so much in the 20s. You know, like
the roaring 20s.
The roaring, yeah. It's not. It's a whoo. It's not really a roar. It's a whoo. We're still here. How hard is it to keep a career going? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like blowing dust, like cobwebs. But it's true. You know, how hard is it to keep a career going, G? You've been doing this for what, 30 years?
Yeah, I mean, you know, for some people, it's you know, yeah. I mean, again, it comes down to the money again. You know, you need to sell a lot of tickets to make a lot of money, and if you do that, then you can bring more production. You can build a studio at your house or own a different. There's just it's money. Like this shit happens because, and then that propels, you know, more. But the heart of it is always like it comes down to music and the performance. Yeah. So I think that you have to work harder and harder, you know, be more diligent to like, you know, just make sure you put it on quality shows. And not quality is kind of weird word. It's like quality bread. Yeah. No, but like, you know, inspired, you know, connected, emotionally connected quality shows that take people to a space that they want to be at. That's why they're coming to your show. Mm-hmm. And, you know.
How hard is it to get there in your head?
I mean, I was thinking about it this morning, honestly. It was like, even though like, it's funny that my relationship with music, how it always changes over the years, but like, I'm at a point right now where like, I think of it, like the getting on stage part is just like, oh, this is fun. Like, fuck it. Like, what the fuck do we have to lose at this point? Let's go have fun. And I do. Yeah. And like, just get out and like fucking let it rip and just feel loose and have a great time. But
do you ever stress out when there's like not a big crowd there?
That's the thing that COVID taught you like right away. Like you're either going to be doing a show in your living room table for, you guess there could be hundreds or thousands of people out there, but I don't know. Like exactly. At the end of it, I'm like, you know, drunk alone.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. When I was like,
you're like sitting there alone, like you close your laptop. It's like,
like sad clown. Yeah, I'd be like, I do those dance parties. I was doing those dance parties on COVID. Right. And sometimes like my headphones would fall off and all of a sudden it's a pitched silent room. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is sad as fuck. Oh, it's crazy.
But so like, and then, you know, playing for like showing up in someone's backyard, you know, like, and setting up your, like I've probably been doing this for 25 years. It's been a long time since I like set up my shit.
Yeah, or like had to play a backyard.
Or like owned a PA. I haven't owned a PA since 1993. I haven't needed to. I've been playing the fucking Fillmore. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, hey, Bose, can I get an artist price on this $2,000 PA? I can't afford this shit. They're like, well, we'll give it to you for $1,950. Like, okay, we'll take it. Honey, can we afford this? Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, so like, you know, it was humbling.
Was it an ego check?
What I think it was an ego check. It was like, it was humbling and it's also really refreshing. Like, wow, this is cool. Fucking, I got my work gloves on. I'm fucking setting up the PA. I feel like a fucking man again.
Blue collar fucking musician. There he is. We're here. Our boy.
So I'm like,
what was the weirdest one? You ever had, what was the weirdest? Give me the weirdest picnic gig.
Yeah, so there was, Kelsey's like, I don't know what's going on with this client. There's only 2 people. And she's like, I've told them that they can bring up to 20 people and they should bring their friends. It'll be fun. They said, they keep saying they don't want to do it. They just want to have the 2 of them. So we show up and so just a couple and they just wanted to trip. They just had got back together and they just want to take mushrooms and get us completely fucked up. And we did. They and my dog got fucked up too because they put they gave me like, right when we got there, I'm loading into PA. Like, here's a cookie. I'm like, sweet, I'll have it later. You know, I put the little peanut butter wheat cookie on my stand, and then fucking Blueberry eats the cookie, like the whole fucking thing. He's like tripping the whole night, running around in the walls and shit. He like hurt himself.
Your dog?
Yeah, my dog.
In someone else's house?
In someone's house. And then, we just got completely wasted and they were tripping and it was cool? Awesome. Yeah, it was great. It went from being like, this is going to be super weird to being like, wow, we played a 3-hour set for 2 people.
And they loved it.
We were obviously like into it.
Were they clapping and
We
like?
would have stopped after an hour or something if we weren't. You know?
Yeah, it was amazing. You were doing some dope shit. Like I remember like seeing you one time on the beach and people are making paella and shit.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
what was that vibe?
Well, that's my brother-in-law is Spanish. So him and my best friend Adrian, they started the Paella Brothers. So they do a side hustle where they come to the house and do there's like local, like on Cape Cod or whatever.
Yeah.
But they come set up and do paellas while I was playing.
So sick.
So we offered that as part of the Soul Queue. You can book the Paella Brothers.
Do you? She loving the paella, brother. Did you get a lot of gigs in Cape Cod? Like, do you feel like that's your community? Do you feel like you're home there? Or?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, it's such an awesome community, and it's just such a wonderful place. And yeah, we just fell in love with it, and we've got it's crazy. We just have more friends now than I've had like my whole adult life since like high school, which is really nice. And,
Did you miss that for part of your life?
Yeah. Like like from 2004 to 2014, kind of living in Boston, to be there with my older son. And and of course I could go out and make the scene. Like all the musicians know who I am, but I didn't have like, buddy, like, hey Andy, let's go get a sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't have like that kind of like homies. So that was a little lonely, but it's all good. But like, but this is great. I got like, I got best friend and my new best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
What's
man.
his name?
His name's Adrian, and he's got a big family too, and whatever, man. We just hang out, we grow weed together, and it's like it's awesome. It's like you're like a kid again. Like it's fun.
Yeah, people talk about like getting older and how it's scary to get older, but if you like accept the change and like adjust to whatever is going to happen. I mean, I guess it's just being present.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of like, I'm like so into work, but now that I kind of am building roots in Denver, I enjoy it so much better. I didn't think I'd enjoy roots.
Right.
Like, how'd you adjust to roots? Because like, there's a couple things I want to talk about here. We'll talk about that. The other thing I want to talk about in a little bit, but like, how'd you adjust to roots and like having roots? Because you've always been a guy who's just floated and gigged, and you were just like such a workhorse your whole life. How did you finally just stop and say, I need roots?
Yeah, I mean, I think just when Kelsey and I like, so I had Aiden's my older son, and so he was born in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was like, first of all, like a super focused, like, I think you spend a lot of like your 20s or whatever, like, who am I? What's life all about? And then you have a kid, you're like, oh, okay, this is what it's about. You got to take care of this fucking kid. Okay. It's like, it brought me like a lot of focus, for my career, everything, like, hustle. And then, but I also was like, that was also weird too. I was like, wow, I never wanted to go out or like stuff like that. And then I had a kid and I was like, no, I can't go out. And I was like, I'm going out.
Yeah.
So when I didn't have Aiden and he and his mom and I had broke up, I just started partying. So like I said, I would go to New York and I was chasing, always chasing girls and running around and making this scene, which is cool. And, whatever, like, that was just kind of vapid in a lot of ways, but
how old were you when you guys got divorced?
Like mid, like 30?
Yeah.
Something
so
like that.
You were in your prime. Your band's killing it. You're fucking
Killing
just
it.
fucking
just ready to rage and like put everything into my career and partying and taking care of my kid.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And then eventually, like, Kelsey, my wife, we, started getting more serious. Then she got pregnant and I was still kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, hell no. No.
Yeah.
And then I just fell in love with my family.
Yeah.
And it was just simple as that. And it was like, I started meditating. I had been through a terrible breakup with like, my ex-fiance, just really like mentally and emotionally not in a good place.
So you got in divorce and then you married someone.
Well, no, I never was married to Aiden's mom, but we split.
Yeah.
And then I was engaged later. That didn't work out. That really like destroyed me. And then kind of Kelsey and then Lewis, who's now 5, like, Kelsey ended up just being a wonderful partner. And just like I said, I fell in love with my family, and then we have more babies now, and then finding. So it was like kind of Cape Cod community, meditation, Lewis, a stable, supportive partner, and Kelsey, and then also just growing up.
Yeah.
And now the things that were important to me aren't as important to me, and things that I was kind of running away from are everything to me.
Yeah.
I'm a family man now.
Yeah, I love it.
That's what
I'll
it is.
clap to that instead. Let's go. Let's go.
I love it. Happy wife, happy life. I'm lucky, man. Get the Chanel shoes. Go get a pair, baby. You don't need to use the puppy money. I'm buying.
I'm using that Bluebird money tonight, baby. Do you feel like you have
But they want a reduction. Yeah. And I'm not talking about the sauce. Well, I am. The juice.
We might have to go to Chanel Outlet, baby. Do you feel like you have to in your head, do you feel like you have to give more attention to your younger kids because you felt like you didn't give enough attention to Aiden?
That's no. I mean, because I feel like I gave everything I had to Aiden always, and like we had such an awesome time. It's so different because I had him for like a week and a weekend a month, and I couldn't always be free for that much time, but I was a lot, and it would always be the two of us. You know what I mean? And that was so we had what we had together when he was growing up was really intense. So, but yeah, like just to be what I wasn't able to give him was like every moment that I have. So now, like, and I told Kelsey, like, when she got pregnant, I was like, well, I'm not fucking waking up, and I'm not doing this shit, and I'm not flying home from tour, and I'm not going to be getting up to put the kids to school.
Like how you did last time for Aiden.
And I'm like, I can't do that now. And of course I am.
Yeah.
I'm up. I'm the one who's up. I'm flying home every fucking day off like a crazy person. And, I couldn't be happier. Like I'm waking up, the baby's up all night, and the 2-year-old Garrett starts waking up, and then I got to really get up because I got to get Lewis up. Jr.? Yeah. And I got to get up and get Lewis on the school bus. And I love it, man. It's like, you're like, this is so great. I mean, do you
get burnt out from all the traveling?
I mean, we're just starting again. So yeah. I mean, I like traveling. Yeah. I mean, I guess, it's like, there's something about being on a plane.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a domestic or international. It just kind of wears you out in a weird way.
Yeah.
You have to be careful of that.
Yeah. So like, do you get to feel like you're like taking the time with your young ones because you're in your head from the travel, like how hard is it? Like, all right, travel's done. Let me be a dad.
Yeah. Well, I always say like the minute, how it is, like the traveling kind of sucks maybe, or sometimes it's really nice, but the reality is when you get there, you're there.
Yeah.
And whether that's like on vacation or to your gig or whatever, or to your family, all the travel goes away and you get to enjoy your kids.
Yeah.
And even if that's for just a couple hours for dinner and then bedtime and then put them on the school bus and then getting back on the plane.
Yeah. It's worth it.
It's worth it. It's worth it for them just to make that connection. And and then there's also the FaceTime is awesome. And
how do you fucking deal with being on a regional airport, living by a regional airport? Like, it's got to be hard. Like, I yell at Floyd all the time because he shows me all his expenses.
Oh, because he's coming from Nantucket.
He's coming from Nantucket.
What the fuck? Yeah,
and we have to
crazy.
fly him to like fucking Poughkeepsie and shit.
Right,
it's like he needs
Yo,
2 fucking airports.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Where do you fly into?
Well,
to get to home?
So I used when I live in Boston, in Back Bay, 9 minutes to the airport.
Yeah.
Now it's 2 hours, hour and a half with no traffic.
Oh, fuck.
And it could be, 2.5 hours if there was traffic. Luckily, us musicians are living opposite lives from the majority of the community, right? When people are coming home from work, we're going to work.
Yeah.
And so that's good for us on traffic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's a long travel day just to like
no, I know. Yeah.
Wake up and take the kid to school and then go back take a 2-hour drive. That's commitment, man.
Yeah, it is. But again, that's what feels right. And I mean, so we're just trying to figure it out right now. But I think that I do think that like, honestly, like I'm reassessing, like this tour run right now is like our 3-month winter tour, which we've been doing this run, my whole career. Like we always do a US run every year. We used to do it in the spring or the fall, but then that became too competitive.
Yeah.
And we been doing it for longer. So we're not like the hottest shit in the fucking bowl. So now we're like, all right, we'll start doing in January because no one wants to tour in January. So we started doing a January through March run. Well, that's still pretty competitive now. Everything's competitive now. But yeah, so long story short is that I might get more into doing like weekend warrior shit. Like, maybe trying to do some less shows, but
Yeah, there's no point playing on a Tuesday anymore.
Well, also too, it's like, why don't we fly to Chicago and play, Madison, Chicago, and Minneapolis, and then fly home. Yeah. And then next week we're going to go to Denver and play Denver, Fort Collins, Aspen and Vail, and then fly home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's different ways to do it. Or
I feel like that's what bands are doing. Like, once you get to a point, that's what you do now. That's what I'm doing. I'm flying weekends. I've never done this. I'm doing weekends until October.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm kind of nervous. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands and stuff.
You're going to be like first class every time. That's the other thing too, because then the more you travel, right, the better your status gets.
Yeah.
So then it becomes easier.
Yeah.
It's certainly easier to when you're in business class and you have a delay.
Make it easy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to earn that shit.
I know. Well, fucking, let's go. I'm going to clap to you all day, G. You are the man. Giving me good advice, dog. Oh, man. All right, so let's talk about the new record. Okay. Coming out in June. What are you talking about in this record? What's going on?
The record's Philadelphia, Mississippi. So, I'm from Philly. There's a small city in Mississippi, Philadelphia, Mississippi. That's always been cool to me.
Yeah.
And I've spent my whole musical life as a student of the blues. And so right now we're just thinking like, I always wanted to go to Mississippi and record a record called Philadelphia, Mississippi. I love it.
Hold on, where'd you record it? Muscle Shore?
No, so we recorded it with Luther Dickinson at Zebra Ranch. Yeah, he produced it. So there's a couple stories. One is that Luther's father, Jim, who passed, rest in peace, Jim.
When that happened?
This happened some like 10 years ago. But he produced my second record. And Luther and Cody and I have known each other since we were kids, since they were like stealing shit out of my rider at the Daisy Theater in Memphis, when they were like, I think Luther and I are the same age, but whatever. So like we've been friends since we were kids. We've always talked about trying to do something. So, we got a gig playing with the Almond Betts band at this small festival in Mississippi. So Chuck and I were going to, him and his son and his rig, and me and my family and my rig, we're going to go to Mississippi and play this show. And the Juice is going to fly down, but we're going to play Soul BQs down to it. And then we got a week off between the last Soul BQ and the festival. We're going to go in the studio. And then I'm trying to figure out where we're going to go. And then I hit Luther up, and then the rest was history. And everybody was off the road. He has such a tremendous network of like the hill country blues men and women. And so, he reached out to people, and then I've met a lot of up and coming emerging blues artists on the legendary Rhythm and Blues cruise, and through my work with Kebmo. And so everybody was available because no one was on the road. So we had this great people came in. Christone Kingfish.
Oh, shit.
Ingrid came through.
He's sick.
John Tavius Willis, who just was on tour with us, came through. He plays the acoustic Piedmont blues. These are young guys. Cam Kimbrough, who's Junior Kimbrough's grandson, came. Sharday Thomas, who's Othar Turner, the blues, Hill Country Fife blues player. His granddaughter came. This old timer named R.L. Boyce came. Alvin Youngblood Hart came, who used to be an OK label mate with me in the day. And Trenton Ayers, the lead guitar player from Cedric Burnside's band, came through. And and then we took the record home, and we got some rappers on it. We got Schoolie D from Philly.
Sick.
We got Freddie Fox from New York, and Speech from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
And then actually I'm on his record because of that. And so anyhow, this amazing thing. So it's this amazing collaborative record, and it drops in June. And actually it's dropping as an NFT too on the Yellow Heart platform.
We're going to talk about that too. I just played with Arrested Development last weekend.
Oh, dope.
Dude,
Their show, right?
it is
Yeah.
so strong.
Oh, yeah.
The show is
Yeah.
fuck. I did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
So the lead guy,
Speech.
he's OG.
Yeah.
He's been in Arrested
Well,
Development.
that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he looks so young. I legit thought like
Yeah.
the only person who's still in Arrested Development was the DJ. And
Okay.
but he kills it.
Yeah.
And they're doing like a 30-year reunion tour right now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that that was a real huge moment in my life. I'll never forget. I was driving my car in Second and between Second and Front and Pine, and I was listening to Philadelphia's hip hop station, Power 99 FM, and fucking that song, their first single called Tennessee came on, Arrested Development, and I almost crashed my car because he was sing rapping.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy, I was like alone. And I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah.
And I'm freaking out. And it changed my life and really kind of like was such a huge inspiration in that record. 3 years, 2 months, and 4 days. And that's how long it took them to make the record or for when they finished it to when they got it out. Like he had that record in the can. He used to sell it, CDs and tapes out of the back of his trunk.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I mean, he's a tremendous artist. And,
What a work ethic. Too.
Yeah, what a like
inspiring.
He's just like the sweetest guy, and we toured with them. So we toured with them in like '95 in Europe. We supported them like when they were
they
like
huge
Oh yeah,
shows?
they were huge. Yeah, and Speech I'll never forget because he had like the Sprinter van with a studio in it. Like they had a tour bus for the band, but he had a Sprinter van with a studio. So he's a workaholic.
Oh yeah,
always been like that.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so. Do you feel like now you're like recording with all these young blues cats that you're becoming the OG? When you used to be the young cat recording with all these, inspiring people?
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like it's funny because like I always felt like the kid because I was kind of like in my generation, like if you're thinking about my generation, it was like, Ben Harper and Michael Franti and Dave Matthews, like that was kind of my class.
Right.
And I was kind of the kid. And then over the years, of course, like all these other kids come up, and then you're old.
Yeah. No, but like, but like Kingfish and them, like to like without a doubt. Oh,
Dude,
G-Love
he is-
wants you on the record. Without a doubt, they just said yes. Let's ride.
No, I mean, not necessarily wasn't that. Some people, yeah, I mean, some people was like that, but I think, what's funny is that I think most people will do anything you ask, right? I mean, how many people do you hit up and say, even the people you don't know, and say, do you want to come do my podcast? Like, how many no's do you get?
Yeah, not a lot.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, people hit me on Instagram, just like regular people, like, will you be on my record? Well, I'm going to charge them. But
of
like,
course.
but if anybody hits me up that's like an artist, that what am I going to say? No.
Yeah.
No, I always say yes.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
So like, when anybody asked me to be on their record, so I was like, yeah, of course.
What do you think the state of blues music is in 2022? Do you feel like we're in good shape?
I think it's really cool, like to see this emerge, like to see this younger generation of people like Kingfish,
Marcus
and John
King.
Tavius, Marcus King, playing this just, and even Billy Strings is like a second generational like bluegrass guy, like his grandfather, right? He was a guitar. Excuse me, but like, to see these younger cats like embracing this kind of heritage music and pushing it forward and just keeping it, keeping the dream alive, guys. Carry the torch. But like no, but it's not even that. But this is culture, like with the blues, it's like cultural, and it's really cool because wow, like you wonder for a while, like was blues just going to be like only played by white people?
Yeah.
No, was it only going to be played by white people because there's no undercurrent of African American community that's pushing the blues. Like African American music, has that blues is now hip hop and R&B and has been for a while, and that's what that culture, that's what the African American culture is by and large. So I think kind of like whatever, like looking at this from like a historical perspective or whatever. Black music is always pushing forward.
Yeah.
And it's always like, the historians and people going, well, this blues is worth holding on to. But I think as a cultural momentum, Black music is always pushing forward, not really looking back. But now it's cool to see that there are some young, men and women that are looking back, taking it, really learning the authentic shit and pushing it forward and playing it. Because like we just, John Tavius Wills, who's like a dear friend, and like we've been touring a lot and doing a lot together the last bunch of years. Dude, I'm just blown away. Like first of all, he'll play guitar all night long. He just loves to play. It's
Same
his
as
passion.
Billy, yeah.
And he'll sit on the bus and just jam. And man, like I'm listening to him play, and I'm like, wow, like like it is like listening to like Big Bill Brunsey or Lightning Hopkins like just walked on your bus. Like that's how real it is.
And how old is he?
He's 20. I don't know, 26 or something like that. But this is, it's one thing if I learn how to play a Lightning Hopkins tune. It's another thing if he does, because that's. Like, look, just straight up, this is culture. This is his culture. This is his people. I'm appropriating it. Yeah. His people have created it.
Yeah. Do you think rock and roll's dying?
Have you seen the Andy Frasco in the UN show?
Well, I'll clap to that. Let's go. Okay. I'm like, looking at these. Keeping it alive. Okay.
I'm looking at the clips. I'm like, are they going to play? Did they play a song? I'm like,
all the clips are just like me just going. Yeah.
It's amazing. Like I'm like, wow, this is so unbelievable. Like what you're doing and like the culture that you built, and like it's so off the wall, and like it's unbelievable.
You had a record called Lemonade too, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So like, what's your fascination with Lemonade?
Well, I got my Lemonade. I got my
It's a video podcast now. Let's see it, bud.
Oh, think about it. Show my ink, man. My Lemonade tattoo.
Do you feel like life is about just making anything out of lemonade?
I just always used to make a picture of lemonade and practice on the porch.
Yeah.
So I always thought of lemonade as this like classic, country time. Tastes like good old fashioned lemonade.
Fucking love it. Fucking love it.
So I was like, yo, when I get a record deal, I'm gonna get lemonade tattooed on my arm.
Man, you've had an amazing career. You've been in this industry since you were in 19, right? 18?
Yeah. But it's funny because so we were in Philly making this record, and Jeff, my drummer, Jeff Clemens, it was so funny because like we both kind of like disappeared during the day, and we were staying at my mom's, and we came back and we're sitting at my mom's kitchen table, and we're kind of looking at each other like, well, what's up? Nothing. What's up? Nothing. Well, what'd you do today? Nothing. All right, I got a tattoo. Me too. We both got like tattoos. So I got this, and then he's like the ultra Jew. He got the Star of David on his groin.
Oh my God! It's like letting the ladies know what they're about to get into.
So yeah, it's funny.
I
man.
love it, man. Man, gee, thanks for being here, bro.
Thank you. Man.
It's I always have a great time when you're here, and I'm just so excited that we're friends now.
Oh, yo, before I go on my way, can we just talk about the NFTs real quick?
Oh yes, let's do it. Yes, that was the first thing I want to talk about. Okay, first, give me an education of what an NFT is and why I should get in the game, and let's talk about what you're doing to change the NFT game.
All right, so the NFT is the non-fungible token.
Yeah.
So it's basically, if we think about dumbing down, Web3 and crypto technology, you could think of crypto technology and the blockchain as software.
Okay.
You can also think of it as the new internet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of like the gist of it. So what are NFTs specifically? Well, right now they're kind of collectibles. Like if you collected comic books or baseball cards as a kid, or you're an art collector as an adult, or whatever you collect, beer caps or fucking Rolexes.
Yeah.
These are all collectibles that you collect them because you love them. Mm-hmm. And you also have this thing like, well, they're going to go up in money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my Spider-Man with the black, first time seeing the black, outfit, spider costume.
Yeah. The black.
When that came out, like that's worth, $40 now.
Yeah.
I got that shit.
Oh, sick.
So like, this is what NFTs are. So you're hoping that you're going to buy something. You're going to buy the new Andy Frasco avatar.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy it because I love Andy.
Yeah.
But I'm also buying it because, dude, everybody loves Andy and this shit's going to sell out.
Yeah.
And with the hair.
Do you only you only have a certain, you only could buys.
it's going to go up in value because
It's like
like
a share.
Yeah. No. Well, there's all different ways to do it. And then in music, so then now let's talk about more like serious applications like ticketing, for instance. Right now, like I think all music and sports ticketing is going to go to NFTs. Well, why? Well, for one thing, if you bought the ticket, it has an NFT. You can't just sell it outside of the venue.
Yeah.
Right. So, but you could transfer the NFT, but every time an NFT gets transferred, the original owner or producer gets paid again. So if it's a record and your record's an NFT and people sell it, then you continue to get royalties on it. So that's it.
Like a trade.
Yeah. And so then it's also an authentication. If you have a Rolex or a comic book that's valuable or you have a Banksy print that when you get a Banksy print, you get a paper certificate of authenticity. Authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Like now that's going to be on the blockchain and that'll be forever. And again, every time you sell it, the original owner gets paid on it. Right?
Yeah. So you're doing the NFT with all the Juice characters.
So we did an NFT called Juice Gang, and people can mint that at nft.philadelphonic.com. And that's like, so the other thing you're doing at NFT is like building a community. And so that's what people talk about a lot. It's like, this is a new community, right? So this is, and people are really passionate about it.
Yeah.
So and they get behind all these projects, you know? So anyways,
can you do with like unreleased music or like music from like your old records?
You could do anything. You could do an NFT for every, like you could say like, you know, your show at the Fillmore tonight is going to be released as an NFT. And it's just, maybe there's 10 copies of it, but only 10 people are going to own that live recording of Andy Frasco and at UN at the Fillmore. There's just infinite applications, but actually I have a drop tomorrow. Well, this is probably coming out after the drop, but we're doing what could be maybe the first NFT tour poster. So I teamed up with this artist, Hembo Henning, who's a illustrator and tattoo artist out of New York. And so we're doing the G Love and the Juice tour poster, which is like an animated tour poster that has a snippet of music from the new record, Philadelphia, Mississippi, in it. We're doing 4 editions of 99. So yeah, so long story short,
that is sick. That is such a good idea.
Yeah, well,
the tour poster.
There's so many different things, and then, so yeah, you why would you want to get into it? Well, it's a new marketplace to make money, and it's a new outlet to find a creative situation. For artists, it's kind of a rebound after, you know, the pirating age of digital technology. No one makes any money off streaming.
No.
No one buys records. Yeah. So how do we make money? Well, if you're not touring, then you're not making money, really. So this is kind of giving, hopefully recording artists and just artists in general, a way to maintain ownership of their projects and get paid like they should get paid for the creative work that they do. The NFT tour poster. And that's going to go for the month, every week, edition of 99. After that, we get through this tour, we're going to do the G Love Master Reels. So I actually physically have a storage unit in Philly full of fucking my master reels from like a bunch of my records.
So sick.
So we've pulled like 50 dope master reels of the 2-inch analog tape that have, you know, if you care about our music, then they have the songs that are on the records, like the multiple takes or different takes of different songs, the outtakes, and we're going to sell them. So each box of the Ampex take is going to be, you know, visually shot in a cool digital way. But then whoever owns the NFT, whoever purchases the NFT will get the actual physical reel.
Okay, so you could have physical too. You could
attach that.
Oh, sick. Okay, that's what I was kind of like confused about.
You can. So you could, like, for instance, I mean, I'm just saying, you could do it with anything, man. You could sell your fucking.
Can I sell podcast interviews to NFTs?
Yes, you should be. You should be, like, every podcast should be an NFT, and maybe that's just a one of one. But like someone owns this podcast.
Yeah.
And then you would get paid every time they transfer it.
That's a brilliant idea, FY. I love that idea. That's
yeah,
a
you'll be
beautiful-
on it. You'll be on it.
Oh yeah, it's going down. All right, I know you got to go.
Actually, I'm good. I was early. So.
You were early.
I'm like, but yeah, we should.
Yeah, we'll cut it out. Thank you, G. I know you're busy. I know you're fucking.
Thank you.
You're
busier than me.
bro. You have
Yeah,
you have
busy.
10 kids now. No,
Oh yeah, well that's
you're
different.
Yeah, well,
you're fucking hustling, bro.
You are.
Mad respect.
Thank you, bro.
Like actually, let me just you were fucking like crushing it like during COVID. Like you crushed it. You're crushing it.
Thanks, man.
Like you work your ass off. You're funny. You're a real artist. You're a great fucking singer.
Thanks, man.
Like you can really sing.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
I think so
Let's do a tune together.
we
tonight.
should. Yeah. Okay.
And then let's write. We should write.
We
too.
should.
That's fucking awesome.
And yeah, I mean, so keep doing what you're doing. You're an inspiration to all of us.
Likewise.
And big shouts out to all the Andy Frasco listeners out there.
Yeah, G Love.
And much love.
Round 2 with G Love. Thank you for being on the show. Anytime you're in town, or I want to come visit you in your Lord of the Flies situation over there at Cape Cod, dude. Get some paella in me, no
Come on,
problem.
man.
Recharge. Thanks, G.
Thanks, Andy.
G Love.
All right.
Let's go.
Thank you guys.
Wow, and we're back. Nick on fire.
I'm feeling it today, baby.
Yeah, what's going on?
Friday, I got gigs. I'm gonna make some money this weekend.
Let's go.
And I got one day off in the middle.
Really? Saturday?
Not that many gigs floating around. I might go sit in with Nick tonight. Guys, it's just a little TV magic for you. We actually don't do these live. We will. We might start doing
Eventually,
it
we're starting to do it live.
live. That would be fun,
I
though.
hope you have a great day. Hope you're happy. Hope you're feeling good. You're smiling because life is short. And if we can't smile more than we cry,
Relax.
just relax and have a good time. That's why I'm going to Puerto Rico
Yeah, man.
for 2 weeks with my bros.
2 weeks.
2 weeks of bro
Every day. You're going to be
hangs.
so drunk. You're going to need schedule an IV for when you get back. You're going to have
Yeah.
to clean your blood out.
I don't know. He asked me to get hiking shoes, so maybe we're going on hikes.
Okay.
Maybe there's a bar on
We're
top of a
pretending
mountain.
you're not going to get drunk the whole time. It's such a lie. It's such
I don't drink during the day. I don't know what you think. Why you think I drink during the day?
The Kakuzas will probably be able to talk you into it.
Yeah, probably. But for the first 4 days, like I told you this,
I know.
You start your trip a little tipsy. Then you clean yourself up. You eat papaya and shit.
Evil finds a way, Andy. Evil always finds a way. Like a weed growing through the cement cracks, you will find some whiskey on that island.
Do you think they serve whiskey in Puerto Rico?
I think they can find some whiskey for you. You might have a little tequila. I don't know. Rum?
Speaking of famous celebrities, I heard you have a game.
Oh, yeah. So I was like, let's make this one light and fun. We don't talk about Andy's drinking every week, do we?
No, I was realizing that last couple episodes we've been talking about my drinking.
So you know how we like to, we're into celebrity net worth.
We love
And
celebrity
we need
network.
a game on this podcast. Every podcast needs a good game. So we're going to do, and then you guys can play along, We're going to do celebrity. What the fuck?
I try to get it.
I get it.
There it is.
We're going to do a little game called Celebrity Net Worth. But I was thinking, how do we do this without someone cheating? Well, I found a website where we can just generate a random celebrity.
What if I don't know the celebrity?
Then we'll skip. I said, if we agree, we'll skip to a new celebrity.
All right, let's do a few of them. We can't
a
do this
few.
all.
No, it'll be like 5, best of 5.
All right,
or
best of
something.
5.
Yeah. And so you can't go over, and whoever's close.
Okay, so what's the winner get?
I don't know. Who cares? A Porsche.
You don't got to win to get a Porsche.
Nope. Daddy.
I learned that.
Okay. So he has one.
Okay, what is this?
All right. So Donna Summer.
Ooh,
That's a good one, actually.
that's a good one. I think she's made dough in her life. I think she's made up to like I think I'm going to say 17.3 million.
I'm gonna put her more like 6.
What?
Yeah,
She has hits.
I know.
Here we go. What's the
But she's a woman, and they always get screwed over.
and
75
million.
Damn!
Whoa! Shout out to a queen.
I totally
Make that
underestimated
money,
it.
Donna.
That disco, man.
75. What the fuck are we doing,
Okay,
dude?
this game's awesome, isn't it?
Yes.
Already. Okay, do another celebrity.
All right.
So we-
wow. Shout out to
zeros-
Donna. Okay, what's the song? Everlasting Love.
All those
This
disco
will
hits.
be everlasting love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so good.
That's sick. Shout out to
All right.
Donna.
Do another one.
Wow. All right. Ron Jeremy. Wow,
Yeah.
this one's good.
I'm gonna go $400K. I don't think he's very rich. I think he like probably lost all his money or something. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. You got to think about all like the
Look at that face.
the dick moldings he has of dildos and stuff. All the royalties
think
from
he's a
that.
fuck up.
You said 400K.
Yeah, like I think it's gonna be sad.
No, I'm gonna go into the. I think he's in the 12 millions.
Porn.
Porn was big, dude.
You know
And
porn.
you know he was producing shit.
You are from the valley. This is your world.
Ron Jeremy.
1 million.
What?
Look at him.
He only. No.
Idea.
That is
Idea.
wrong.
Well, no, we're just going off what this says. So we don't. It's not. They're all wrong. But we're going off what this says.
Okay.
Okay. Idea. He should play the Penguin in the next Batman movie. All right.
Ron Jeremy.
All right. Do another one. This is fucking fun. Let's go.
Okay, keep him rocking.
Fun as shit.
I love this. Dustin Hoffman. Ooh, this is a big one because he was in movies that were huge.
Yeah, but I don't know how actors got paid back then.
I mean, enough.
I'm gonna go 30.
Whoa, that's
that
too
low?
low. I'm gonna go 100.
Okay, you know that. Yes. I mean, you might be better at this than me. You think about this stuff more than I do.
Dustin Hoffman.
I'm on 30.
30. 100 million on the goddamn spot. Hell yeah, you make your money,
Hell
Dustin.
yeah, get that money. I just don't know.
Look at he's a hot old man. Go zoom into his face.
Hey man, some people
I love him and I love Dustin Hoffman.
crazy how well rich people age, huh?
Yeah. He was-
Interesting.
oh, look at how cute he is.
He's a graduate.
he's
What's
like,
your favorite Dustin Hoffman role?
Graduate was dope.
Rain Man.
That was what I was thinking. Rain Man.
Hard to play mentally disabled.
Yeah, and you probably can't anymore.
No, overdo it. No, I mean, yeah, there's a whole thing in Tropic Thunder about it. You know,
Oh yeah,
never go full R.
yeah. All right, Dustin. Shout out to Dustin making 100 million.
Yeah, he's
Let's do a
rich.
couple more.
Hey, come on, buy us a PS5. We just called you hot. All right. Oh, Kirk Cameron.
Okay, from Growing Pains.
Also, did you know he's like crazy religious guy now? He makes all these like religious movies you don't know
Okay,
about.
so
that
that-
only Christians know about.
so
But there's
that-
weird money in that shit.
So that's I'm gonna say and all the residuals from Growing Pains.
banking.
I'm gonna say 75 mil.
I'm gonna go in the 40 range because
40.
Christians also
Yeah,
that scene they underpay a little bit. Because you're working for the Lord. I know some musicians in that world. They say it doesn't pay as good as you think.
Really?
I'm
All
going
right. Kirk
40.
Cameron, 75. I'm going 75.
40 burger. 10?
10. Wow.
10?
Damn.
How are you going to get into religion and only make $10 million?
How are you gonna be on Growing Pains and not have a good contract?
I thought the whole point of getting into religion was to make money, and you're only got $10 million. Like,
I'm more
come on.
like, damn, your agent sucks if you're only got 10 million from Growing Pains, and that show is on every day for like 6 hours a day,
yeah.
right?
I mean, Alan Thicke was on it.
Yo, Kurt, fire your agent.
Get a new
Bongiorno.
agent.
You need to hire Bongiorno.
Well,
Kirk
he's-
Cameron,
Well, he's giving 10% to God right off the top.
he's giving 10% to Fred
He makes
Savage.
all those like rapture movies where people get raptured and stuff.
Oh, wow. Weird.
Yeah, no, he's really into it.
Okay. Guys,
That's a fun game, admit it.
what a great game. Wow. You
Great
ready
place
for
to be
okay,
12.
March Madness predictions.
Okay, so I think Purdue has the best offense in the country right now. I watched them play 2 games. I watched.
You
more.
must be excited Purdue's in it.
I like Purdue. You know who went to Purdue? Kit Savlowski, big Purdue fan.
Hey, shout out to Kit.
Hell yeah, he loves college sports. I could see them making their first Final Four ever this year. Arkansas been kicking ass lately.
I'm voting for Arkansas.
I want them
Fayetteville
to
is
make
a-
the Final Four.
That's a heart. My heart. I'm going for Fayetteville.
No one thought Kentucky was going to be great this year. They're playing out of their heads. Arizona's killing. I mean, there's like so many teams that can win it this year.
What about like the novelty of Coach K's last season?
Fuck, Coach. I'm not a big Coach K guy.
What about
That's been their problem. They just haven't had.
what
a
about
coach.
Bama? I heard Bama's okay.
Bama's killing. They have a great. They're very athletic. Mm-hmm. I think they can make like Elite 8 maybe.
You want to do March Madness with me at Blackhawk?
What's that? Yeah.
You want to go to the first 2 rounds at Blackhawk? Maybe we'll convince Mincy and Barstool guys to get us a free hotel room, and we'll be their ambassadors.
Oh
for the
yeah, that'd be
Colorado
fun
one.
as shit.
When is it?
It's you might be in Puerto Rico for it, but
When is it?
it's usually in March.
Yeah,
March
I know.
Madness?
I know, but like, is it middle or is it
Yeah,
like
like
this
they're gonna
week?
have conference championships and then it'll be right around now.
Oh
yeah.
fuck! All right,
That'd have been fun though.
that would have been fun.
What about Sweet 16 or some shit?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the end of it.
Any sports? I know more about sports.
It's
than,
just more fun when it's the first rounds because those when all the Cinderella
Yeah,
stories
yeah.
are like
And it's
fun.
like there's
and,
more games.
Last year I made $1,000 off that
oh yeah, I
that
remember.
team. I forgot.
Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts.
Yeah, that's a weird school.
Yeah,
huh?
shout out to Mincy for taking me to fucking
Tulsa.
Barstool. All right, we got to go.
I love talking sports.
8 minutes. Okay, we got to go. Have a great day. Maybe next week I'll be in Puerto Rico doing it, or Nick is just going to do a solo to open the.
Or we could do
East.
it over Zoom together.
We could, but I got to see if the internet sucks. Where I'm going to be.
Yeah. We'll figure something out.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bo, good luck out there. You're already in wink 1 of the tour. Hope it's going well. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And
I hope this other
tell your
band's-
moms I love you.
Hope this other band's paying you really well and treating you really great on the road.
Yeah, I hope they're you're just killing it out there with them, man.
Yeah, I hope,
just
man.
raking in the cash.
Getting your own hotel
Don't
room.
worry. Pauly Shore
Are you on a
Kuwait.
tour- are you on a
Pauly
tour
Shore
bus?
Kuwait, no big deal.
Pauly Shore never got back to us.
Pauly Shore never got back
Are
to
you
us.
on a tour bus?
No, we're in a van.
You're in
I
a
don't
van.
know.
He said they're sleeping 5 people to 1 room.
Oh, it's one of those tours.
a rock star
We're blowing
tour.
up tour.
It's a we're blowing up tour.
Yeah.
But at least you're gonna have a one nice hotel room, right? All right, we got to go.
Oof.
I remember those days. Remember when
Yeah, it
we all had
sucked.
to slam into one hotel room?
Yeah,
and
it was
fucking-
sucking your band. I would not have done
Oh,
that.
it'd be the worst. All right, have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. We don't have any. I don't have any shows this week. so
Goodbye.
we'll see you on next week.
Bye.
And
Come to Workout West.
come out to Workout West and
Party.
go support all your favorite jam bands.
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
That was a good one. I like when it was like this.